Hi, this is Cyndi O'Daniel, and I'm with Donna Wetterstrand from the Emotional Center. And today we're going to talk a little bit about how sessions work when you sign up for a session at the Emotional Center. So, hey, Donna.
Hi, Cyndi.
You know, there's a few key differences in how sessions work with us versus when you have a session with a life coach or counselor, because we deal with vibration, which means that these sessions are working at a very deep level. So you want to tell them a little bit about that?
Sure, for sure. The way I describe them is I say they're vibration-based. So the actual format and the feel of the session is quite different than what someone might experience if they were in a coaching session or a therapy session or a counseling session. Even though there are deep, deep therapeutic benefits, the format of it is quite different. So what we do is, when I say they're vibration-based, what it means is we take whatever issue somebody shows up with, whatever stories they show up with and they want to sort of resolve or get some closure around or be more open about or get flowing or whatever it is that they want to do, we take that and we make that transparent. And to see the vibration below and to deal with the vibration below. So we spend very, very little time on the story level, on the surface level of things. Imagine layers. So the story level is at the top there, and then we zip down into the feeling level, and then we go deeper into the vibration. So we don't spend much time in the story or the emotion. We go deeper into the vibration.
And when you're dealing with working with someone at the level of vibration, you may be talking to them about the story of the relationship with their parents, and yet it makes shifts in other areas of their life, because that same vibration they had around parenthood, they may have had around relationships or other things.
Right? Yeah. You know what? That is always true 100% of the time. Because vibration operates at such a deep level, we sink down there and we're making very small, we call them micro shifts, course corrections. In fact, that's where the name of the course, the first course on the website, came from. These small little course corrections at the vibrational level, and they sort of filter up. So imagine a tree, and if you make a small change in the chemical nature of the soil, it will affect the entire tree. And if you're dealing with just the story level, if that's the level that you stay at, that's more like staying at the level of the leaves. Yeah, you can pluck a leaf off, but it will grow back, or a leaf will blow off, or it might change color or whatever, but it doesn't really affect the whole entire tree. Whereas a deep, deep change deep in the soil will change the entire tree. That's the way vibration works.
Oh, that's such a beautiful analogy.
Yeah, it works really well, and it's always true. I mean, that's one of the principles of vibration.
Another way that these sessions work differently is that we're teaching our participants or clients self-transformation.
Yeah. It's my it's my grand plan to help everyone I can learn how to feel their vibrational self, identify with their vibrational self, and start creating their life from that level. Creating a life from that level is very powerful. It's easy and effective, and you can take it places that you never would have dreamed. So that's my kind of personal mission, is to help people learn how to do that for themselves. So that, in a sense, the sessions are teaching sessions. In fact, they're a lot more like something that you would experience in a workshop or an online class or something. It might just be the person and myself or one of the other teachers on the website. It might be a personal interaction in that way, but it's very much more like a learning environment. It's a teaching lesson.
We also, in our sessions, typically someone you will meet on Zoom or something like that, and it's an audio only session or over the phone, but we don't do video in that.
No. There's a lot of scientific research around this. Our visual channels as humans, our visual channels are very crowded with information. And we make a lot of determinations, a lot of our judgments, a lot of our preferences based on what we see. Our audio channel is a lot clearer and cleaner in that we don't have a lot of information attached to that channel yet. So when we're doing a session, if all you're doing is hearing my voice, you are accessing and receiving information at a much deeper level with a lot less static and a lot less things in the way than there would be if there was a visual component added. So I really love the idea of being super efficient. So that's why we use audio only.
And the more you get attuned to vibration, the more you can actually almost feel the vibration just through the audio. It's so powerful.
Yeah, I agree. Because vibration is, we intuit vibration. So we don't necessarily feel it. We don't necessarily hear it. We don't necessarily see it. We intuit it. So that is a very different way for a human to operate. And the audio channel really puts us more in touch with, closer to that intuitive sense.
One of my favorite things that we do is that we record our sessions with clients, and then that client gets a copy of that recording to listen to over and over again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What an effective way to take a vibrational journey over and over again, because, we start a vibrational session at one vibration and we end at another higher vibration. And that's true 100% of the time. There's always a vibrational journey taking place. And because this is so much about self-transformation, about empowering people to learn how to do this for themselves, when they can re-listen, they can practice taking that journey over and over and over again. It's a terrific benefit. I mean, it's beyond just what the benefits that they would normally have gotten just from a single session, right? You can take it way, way beyond that. And then the other thing is during the initial session, I've heard you explain this so well, Cyndi. Maybe you want to talk a little bit about this, how our brains may not hear everything that is said in the initial session.
Yeah, I a lot of times there's so much happening on a vibrational level, and the brain is trying to keep up. And so you're having the session, and something might get activated in your physical beingness that your brain is trying to process. So while it's processing this, other things are being said, but you're processing this, and so you can't even hear what's being said until later when you get the recording and you listen back again and you go, oh, I didn't even notice that, But what happens is then after that session, your vibration has moved to a different place. And so, a week or two later, you listen to that audio again and it moves you even further and you're at a different place. And then a week or two later, you listen again and it moves you even further. So that one audio can take you miles.
Yeah. Recently I did a series of 3 with a client, and she got back to me and said that she actually has listened to those audios 8 times each.
Wow.
Yeah. And still feels like she feels expanded each and every time. So, how effective is that?
Right.
That's awesome, right?
Well, even for me, sometimes I'll listen to an old audio, but everything in my life is different 6 months or a year later, but it might be applying to a new situation that I can take that same vibrational learning and, take it into a new area too.
Yeah,
so.
Beautiful. So anybody who is listening to this and is thinking about booking sessions, we record the session and then we send you a link so that you can download it for yourself and keep it. So that's how that works. Yeah.
Yeah. So that takes it. Yeah. It's a depth to the recording. It's so great. So, when we record those sessions too, sometimes we use them on the website in different courses. so that other people can learn through someone's experience. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, for sure. Those teachings they're sort of like pure gold and can help so many people. So what we do is we edit out names and geographical references to keep them as anonymous as possible. And then we use them to teach people who may be in a course dealing with that subject or something like that. So it's not like they're available to the public, but they're used for teaching purposes within the courses online. And if anybody listening is ever in one of our courses and happens to get the opportunity to listen to somebody else's recorded session, you'll be amazed at the expanse of how deeply it can affect you. And one of the reasons is, I think, because it's not about you, the focus is not on you, so you can kind of relax a bit and just sort of take it in a much more relaxed way than you would if all of the focus was on you. So these are very, very helpful tools, very expansive tools, and really, really accelerate everybody's learning.
And the last and most, I guess easy thing about our sessions is that they are lighthearted. It kind of is, we're working at the level of vibration, and this does go very deep, but it's also a very playful, fun experience.
Mm-hmm. One of the things our brains has a really hard time understanding about vibration is that it responds most to the lightest touch. So when we're dealing with vibration, we want to be very soft and we want to be very lighthearted with it. We want to be almost casual. And our brains really rebel against this because, man, we are so trained to work hard to get better, to work hard to do more, to work hard to be better. Even work hard, hey, let's work hard at healing, Vibration responds to a much, much lighter touch. So there is a lighthearted feeling to the sessions, lots of laughter. We really bring a lot of light to those sessions. So it's good to know so people don't feel a heaviness around an anticipation of, oh my God, this is going to hurt when they, when they're getting ready for their session, because very rarely does that happen. It's usually a much, much gentler, more pleasurable 1 hour than they think it's going to be.
Yeah, because if someone's like, this is going to be global shifts, it's like we imagine that, I'm going to come out
we're going to go deep. Well, the biggest transformations happen with the lightest of touch. Yeah. And the only thing that keeps that from being true is what we think about that.
Yeah.
And over the years, my experience of it has been, I completely underestimate how much energy can move from a very, very soft touch. I'm certainly on a learning curve. But it is one of the most beautiful things about vibration.
So if you're thinking about booking a session or just were curious as to how they worked, we're glad you listened to this audio. And anything else you want them to know, Donna?
Yeah, I do. I want people to know if they're thinking about sessions and you're still not sure, there are things that we've got more and more YouTube videos going up all the time. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel. Those audios are very high vibration audios. You get a lot of soothing from them, even if they're not on the topic that you think you need to talk about. You can just sort of be very quiet, close your eyes and tune into the vibration of them. So those are available. There's an interview and some other audios that are available on the website. And there's blog posts to read. There's some things that you can do in the meantime to soothe yourself and to feel a little bit better before you're ready for sessions.
Beautiful. Well, thanks for tuning in and listening to us, and tune into the vibration of the audios. So,
All right. Great.
Thanks,
Talk
Donna.
to you soon.
Okay.
Bye.